Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. Today I'm going to create a look using Dior's Birds of a Feather collection, and this is in the color story Night Bird. It's super beautiful. And then I will pair it with, also part of the Birds of a Feather collection, Coral Flight, a bright coral shade. And I feel like on camera it looks like just a little bit more subdued. Just looking at it like this, it is really quite bright. And I haven't decided if I want to pair it with a bright lipstick or something more subdued. We'll just kind of play it by ear. And I wanted to let you guys know, I don't think I mentioned this in my initial Birds of a Feather collection review video, is that Dior blushes come with a pouch. And their luminizers, so their highlighters, used to come with a pouch as well, but since they've came out with these new luminizers that come in this kind of compact, this puffy compact, it no longer has a pouch. So I thought it'd be, just interesting tidbit of information to point out. And then also, what I failed to mention in my other video is that this collection also comes with a few lip products. I'll have them listed below, but it comes with lip crayons and I believe new liquid lipstick shades, which I didn't talk about at all. I didn't get anything from the kind of lip category. I'll just have information below in case you're interested in clicking over and having a look. And today I will also be using Refer brushes. I have, what I have here is brush 22, and I think this is their famed flagship brush, which is supposed to be, or most resembles, I think, the Tom Ford bronzer brush, which is now discontinued. So I'll be using this for bronzer today. And they also kindly sent over their core brush set. Two face brushes and 3 eyeshadow brushes, which I think are perfect. What I'm doing is just using these brushes, getting a feel for them. I will have a dedicated video on these brushes. I'll do some comparisons against Soyeon Ji brushes, Koyudo brushes I have in my collection. So please look forward to that. And again, thank you, Refer, for sending me these brushes for me to try. Taking brush number 2, I'm going to go into this shade here, and I'm packing that on the lid. And taking this green shade here, I'm building that on top of the blue-green that we just used, and I'm using brush number 1. And taking brush number 2 again, but the other side that hasn't been used, I'm going into this blue shade that has a purple shift to it, purple and green shift. I'm adding some of that just right here and blending outwards. What I'm trying to accomplish is the shift you see from this color to this shade. I'm trying to replicate that effect sort of on my lid so that when I turn, you can see all of these colors coming into play. I'm actually taking a Soyeon Ji brush and I'm going to add it right here and blending it into the crease. And taking brush number 3, I'm dipping it into this highlight shade. I'm adding that onto the inner corners. And then I'm going to blend out the deeper shade just a little bit more here. Kind of diffuse it outwards. Let me repeat everything on the other side and I'll come back for under the eyes. So I'm going to go back into this shade here and I'm going to use brush number 1 again, just the other side. And I want to add that right here to just brighten everything up, but also give it a little something. You know, just like very, the whole look is very eye-catching, no matter which angle I turn to. For under the eyes, I'm going back into this shade here. And I'm using brush number 2 again. And I'm just adding some here as a tight line. And then I'm going to go into the center shade. Just brushing this throughout. And then taking the lightest shade, also using brush number 3 again, I'm just going to add, I'm going to brighten this part up right in the center. Taking brush number 5, I'm going to dip it into Coral Flight. And hopefully I don't get too much product. I'm getting the excess onto a microfiber cloth because it's so bright. I want to eliminate, because it's so bright, I just want to be very careful to not make a mistake. These blushes, by the way, there's quite a bit of kick up, so just so you are aware. I'm going to use the other side without much product on to buff out this blush. I think it suits this look perfectly. This is a beautiful shade. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go ahead and add bronzer. And I'm taking brush 22. This brush definitely gets the job done. My bronzer looks very blended and diffused, and it was very quick, very, very quick. It looks really, really good. Wow. Okay. Well, I understand the hype now. It feels extremely soft, and you know, even if you feel like I have too much product on my brush, like I should have, you know, dabbed it some more to get the excess out, I think this is gonna blend away anything you don't want, and you're just gonna get a very, or it's gonna blend really nicely so that you don't feel like one side is gonna be darker or a certain part of your face is deeper than it should be, because you can just keep diffusing. Wow, okay. The last brush we have is number 4, and this is an angled brush. And I thought about using it for blush, which would be just as appropriate. I think all we have left is highlighter, so we're going to use it for highlighter. We're going to go into Dior's new luminizer, and this is in Golden Glow. I think they're so pretty. And I'm just going to use the angle to sweep upwards. Covers quite a bit of area. And I'm actually going to go back into this small pencil brush, which is number 3, to add highlighter onto the Cupid's bow. So for lipstick, I have 3 options that I'm thinking about here. If we go with something really bright, I have the Hermes Rose Oasis and also Sicily's Orange Ibiza. I'll swatch both of them on my hand for you guys to see. And if we're going for something a little bit more subdued, I do have also from Sicily's, this is their Fito Rouge lipstick. This is Beige Bali. So here are the 3 shades. I think Orange Ibiza is a good match for the blush. And I think it's just a matter of, do we want it to be very bright? Let's try it. Let's try it. If it doesn't look quite there, we can take it off and try something else. So let's give Orange Ibiza a try. I do like how this looks, so I'm going to go back, apply liquid liner, mascara, and come back for the finished look, as well as just a summary of everything. We'll also take another look at Early Bird, the other Quint from this collection, as well as Nude Glide, which is the other blush, in case you missed my initial review video. This is the finished look, and I'm liking this combination. I think the lipstick is a great match with the blush, but it doesn't take away from the eye look. I think the eye look can really hold its own. The blush is the thing that is very complementary and pulls everything together, I feel like. And then the lip itself is, of course, is a standout. So yeah, I think we could have went with Beige Bali for something a little bit more subdued, but I think it would still look good. And then as for Rose Oasis, it looked to be even, well, probably just as bright, but more of a pink leaning shade, which may have been okay with the eyes as well. So this is a very beautiful Quint, and I do think I enjoy it more than Early Bird. Still really beautiful Early Bird, and I really like this shade here. For me, it's like a buffing shade or a beige shade. It is a satiny matte, so for my skin tone, you know, it's not like I can center a look around that, but it's really great for tying loose ends, buffing out seams, blending. Of the two, I think Night Bird has more standout colors. And sometimes when you see the green, blues, and this one here that has that, you know, purple green shift to it, it can be intimidating because you're not sure if these shadows are going to be pigmented enough to actually give you the look you want, but also blend easily and not blend away. So that can be a challenge too when shadows look really promising, but then they kind of blend away. Not the case, and I think like some of the best Dior shadows that we've had so far, this is definitely in that upper echelon, being a really fantastic color story, just something special, something different, but easy to work with, and this very colorful look, I would say evening wear for me, but also not too out there. So if you have some hesitation about how colorful it is, I just want to let you know it is a bit more on the subdue side. Like when I compare to Natasha Denona really colorful palettes, or Pat McGrath, like those ones, very pigmented, and it could just have a learning curve because of how much color you get from them. These ones are definitely a bit easier to use. So that is how I feel about this collection. I think it's beautiful. It's probably going to be one of my favorite collections from Dior this year. You can get Early Bird still, and if you would like to see the look I created with Early Bird, I'll have a link below for you guys to click through and watch. You can still get Coral Flight, which is stunning. The kick up is a bit annoying, but it doesn't really detract from how the product goes on, how it blends, which is still very beautiful, very nice. I love this color. I do not have a blush this bright, and yeah, so I do not have a blush this bright, so it is a new color for me. And then Nude Glide, also very beautiful, and I paired it with Early Bird in my other video. So if you're interested, definitely go check that video out. Early Bird and Coral Flight too, but Early Bird, let me swatch, has like shimmering gold glitter in it, but you don't really notice it after you have it on. If anything, it just gives you a little bit of added radiance. It's quite subtle, and I think you can see it too. Coral Flight, same thing, has that glitter, but you can't really see it. It just gives you a subtle radiance. Yes. Well, there it is. There's my demo of the other half of the items that I got from this collection. Let me know below how you've been enjoying your Birds of a Feather Quints or blushes, if you picked anything up, and if you were still deciding or waiting on this video, hopefully I was able to give you more information. And I do think it's going to come back in stock, but it'll require some patience and looking out for it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.